never done. One shot, one kill.
Cheers, love! The cavalry's here! Nerve this!
Play of the game. Heroes never die. You in my never die. I've got you in my sights. Fool.
Get ready. 5, 4, 1. Start your engine.
One shot, one kill.
Here's luck. The cavalry's here. Nerf this.
我が敵を食らう
Play of the game. Heroes never die. I've got you in my sights. Fool.
Get ready. 5, 4, 1. Start your engine.
One shot, one kill.
Here's luck. The cavalry's here. Nerf
我が
this.
敵を食らう
Play of the game. Heroes never die. done. I've got you in my sights. Fool.
Get ready. 5, 4, 1. Start your engine.
One shot, one kill.
Cheers, love! The cavalry's here! Nerf
我が
this!
敵を食らう
Play of the game. Heroes never die. I've got you in my sights. Fool.
Get ready. 5, 4, 1. Start your engine.
Epic. One shot, one kill.
Cheers, love! The cavalry's here! Nerf
我が
this!
敵を食らう
Play of the game. Heroes never die. confidant. One shot, one kill.
Cheers, love! The cavalry's here!
Test. Tell us when we're hot. We're good? Okay. Scuffed stream.
So we were talking to ourselves, huh, Press? You know, we're doing pretty well, I think.
We were.
Yeah,
Alright, so we're
yeah.
gonna pretend that none of that ever happened. And hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the last day of the Owlet preseason matchups. Today we have the Majors teams Infinite Meat versus Power Naps, and I am joined by my lovely co-caster Breth. How you doing, Breth?
I'm doing good. How about Press? How about yourself?
I am doing fine. And producing for us, we have Noah, aka Key. And personally, I'm really excited to see Krill on that main tank from Infinite Meat. How about you, Breth? Who are you
I'm really excited to see Krell main tanking as well, since you vouched for him when we were talking to ourselves for a little bit. Since I'm a main tank main as well, I'll be very close attention to the main tanks for it, and excited to see what they can do, see if they are able to make that space to give the DPS the room they need to make those.
Definitely. And since we're opening up on Oasis, what do you expect to see?
I expect to see a lot of fighting on the point, especially I will be looking a lot for main tank spacing, positioning, cover, because that's actually really and hopefully not a lot of goats, because it's just a lot of goats that are happening right now. You know, this is kind of same old, same old. So I want to see some really good coordinated team pushes with good team composition and evidence of good team communication.
Definitely. And it looks like Blue's got somewhat of an idea of what they're running, while Red here. Revo, stop playing with our hearts. We know it's not going to happen, dude.
Oh, it's not gonna happen? Oh man. Man, I was really, you get teased a little bit here and there, but that's just what makes Overwatch exciting. Kind of just wondering what's going on. And it looks like we're gonna call for a pause here at the start of the night. We have someone that, you know, they wanted to take a spin on the Oasis freeway and actually accidentally hit a pole, so they're gonna be calling AAA and everything just to make sure that everything's okay. Get him back on the road.
Why didn't we pause?
Why are we pausing, guys? Pause.
Scuffed host.
So anyway, so now they're going to be going now. Hey, what's going on? Here we go.
There's the pause. Scuffed it, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Man, so they're calling for a reset right now, it looks like.
I mean, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, like...
Why not, guys?
Scuffed game, am I right, guys?
Man.
Am I right?
Tonight's just fantastic, you know? Lettuce and I were fighting traffic on the way back here, just hoping to get here in time for the game. We have
One shot, one kill.
Nerf
我が
this.
敵を食らう
Heroes never die. I've got you in my sights. Fool.
Start your engines.
One shot. One kill.
Cheers up! The cavalry's here! Nerf
我が
this.
敵を食らう
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back after some technical difficulties. One person crashed on Oasis, and the other one had to restart their Overwatch because it was not behaving how they wanted to. But now we are underway versus Infinite Meat. I'm very excited to see what is going to be happening here. Press, what do you expect from Infinite Meat and Power Naps tonight?
Well, again, I expect Krill from Infinite Me on that main tank position to really be popping off. I've played with him, and he's a huge playmaker. He gets in, gets out, and does what needs to be done. He is an absolute beast on that main tank position.
And a beast he will be, because I just saw him trying to pick the Winston there. And with the Winston tank pick, he can be very independent. He can cause havoc on the backline if left unchecked. And that will be an issue for Power Naps if they're going to be going with this one healer composition.
Definitely, although I do think that Symmetra is a bit of a bait. And it looks like we'll be getting Ana Goats. I can't speak.
Looks like it's a full goats there, Press.
It is a full goats. Well, on the other hand, we have a Pharmacy dive coming out from
Man, and the fight will start first night of the night. Not a moment too soon. Farah is barraging on Power Naps right now, and they're kind of just holding their position there, trying to be a little bit patient, trying to calculate what exactly is going on, but actually they're going to pay for it because Lucio Quick goes down from Revo, and it's going to have to force them to back up because Infinite Meat will take the first fight here, throwing them back into spawn.
Definitely, and with that D-Mech onto Wikitrix, that's just going to be a huge stagger for Infinite Meat there. And what really won them that fight was honestly getting Quig, because the second Quig goes down, you're losing so much healing, and that Pharah is just going to be able to get so much damage onto you from the air with the damage boost, and all it took there was the kill on the Lucio. They have no way to disengage without the speed boost, and so that's just going to be a one fight for Infinite Meat. But here, Far has the barrage, and it looks like they're going to be engaging.
Yes, and tried to engage, but the Diva makes it comes up from Lettuce, which is a really good play, and takes out a Bird Chicken. The high noon comes up from McCree and actually does not connect. The Coalescence coming up from McNaney, sir, but Power Naps is going to have to play safe a little bit. They're playing a little bit too safe tonight, so I hope I'll see a little bit more aggression tonight with the Valkyrie coming up from Infinite Meat, trying to put Power Naps all the way back to spawn.
Yeah, and with that kill on the Baguette, that looks like Infinite Meat will be able to take this fight, and that's a really good fight. While they use 2 ults in the Valkyrie and the Barrage, they basically have another Barrage up, and they were able to get the Coalescence out of Power Naps, which is really, really big. Here, I'm expecting to see just a slow fight, maybe an aggressive Barrage, but other than that, I don't think we'll see any ults infused proactive.
Oh man, that nano looked like to be incorrect. I think she wanted to nano the Far, but ended up getting the Mercy, and McCree will just clean up on the 3 fights. Power Nap should really be switching off the goats here because they have a Pharah, and there's in the contra that Pharah. So
you know what?
There's that.
Who needs a nanoed barrage when you can just get a full 6K with a barrage and a high noon? Am I right?
Right. Exactly. Who needs it? Mercy was just for show, right?
Exactly.
Oh man, so Power Naps is going to come in for one final push. It looks like they switched to the McCree for the hit scan, and Baguette finally takes out Revo, and the DPS will take out the 2 DPS. And the Bird Chicken takes out 1 support with a bomb coming out from Lettuce. Cat takes out Baguette. So it's going to be a fight on the point. Revo fairly uncontested right now. And it's just fighting on the point. McNaney start getting pressured from the Pharah, has to fade to get out of it. Quickly takes out the Mercy, which is going to be a big pick for Power Nap. So it's just an all 0 to 99%. A bomb displaces Revo, sends her away. And Power Naps is still trying to take the point here desperately. It's a 4 versus 3. Torpedo takes out the Winston, and Quig is just trying to stall for time while the team tries to come back. Diva gets demeched. It's just a stagger fest right now, trying to hopefully put Power Naps onto the board. And with good picks by the DPS, Power Naps will manage to take this point here with the Mercy going.
Yeah, honestly, what won them that fight there was an early pick by Baguette way in the beginning of that fight onto Revo, forcing Osirin to then have to go and res Revo, meaning you only have that single healer, and from there they were able to just drop onto the tanks and kill them quickly and efficiently. And then that Diva bomb later was able to kill Revo yet again out of the sky, and they had no resurrect and weren't able to bring him back up for that extra damage.
No, absolutely not. And with Revo being the carry for this first part of the game, it's been a detriment to Infinite Meat, and they have to adjust here. But Revo actually takes out their hit scan, which gives Power Naps a disadvantage. The 4 versus 6 now, with Revo just being the star of the show at this point in the game, and and Infinite Meat just cleans up Power Nap, and they'll be able to take the first point.
Definitely, and that was some really clean play yet again. Revo's going in, landing these damage boosted directs, bringing them nice and low for Loperdos to just go in and clean them up, as well as Krill and Lettuce Cat being able to apply that pressure as the tanks they are and be like, no, you know what, this is my point, I'm gonna take it, not you.
Take the point they did. They enabled Revo so much, causing so much distraction on the bottom. And with that Pharmacy and the Fire, with only 1 hit scan, Baguette had a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. He just wasn't able to complete it because it looks like he was just on his own. And Revo himself was actually pressuring him. So it was just a fight determining who was going to win. It looks like Infinite Meat took that. So that was a good job on Revo.
Yeah, and it looks like here we have a Zen Goats, yes, from Infinite Meat. And it's going to be a 2-2-2 with a Ryan, Zarya, Hanzo, McCree, Zen, Ana from Power Naps. And honestly here, I give the advantage to Infinite Meat. I think they have better comms and coordination.
Absolutely, but as soon as you said that, they actually go down because the baked chicken takes down the goats. And with the loss of the Rhine early in the fight, that actually gives the goats a disadvantage because you want to enable the Rhine as your DPS guy. But Infinite Meat is going ahead to flip the point here. So even though Baked Chicken got those 2 picks, Infinite Meat was able to turn that around.
Can we just talk about the curse there? I say Infinite Meat, Baked Chicken gets 2, and then you say Baked Chicken, and Infinite Meat wins.
It just flips, man. Oh, man.
What happened there, though, was Baked Chicken, he played so aggressive that he got so low, and off that, Infinite Meat were able to just back up a little, and they won the fight cleanly.
Absolutely, and Brethgyk had a really good fire strike there, which was going to enable him to get that shatter. But then a good grab comes up from Lettuce Cat, which throws all their team into the mix there, and a gong sounds a team kill from Infinite Meat.
That was a really well-played fight by Infinite Meat, only using that Graviton, building up your support ults, which are now at 76 for each, the Transcendence and the Rally respectively. And this is really good spot for Infinite Meat to be in, so you have some protection from a Nano Boosted Ryan or an Earth Shatter here.
Absolutely, and the boosted Ryan should come pretty quickly. I haven't seen Krill build up his Earth Shatter yet for this particular Ghost composition. I'm curious to see if Baked Chicken will throw out the Shatter here, and that boot coming out from Infinite Meat, and this Shatter coming out from Baked Chicken. It does not really land, but Lieutenant Dash goes down with Infinite Meat again with the advantage, pushing Power Naps back into spawn. Go, go, go! Charge like a train!
Definitely. And something that I think gives Infinite a big advantage over Power Naps now that they're running similar comps is the lack of a Lucio from Power Naps. Because, yes, they're trying to hold on to that extra support ultimate, but you have to just give it up. You need that speed amp to get on and just fight them right there and then. And that's something that they do not have that Infinite Meat does, giving them a huge advantage for this fight.
Absolutely, and a huge advantage they do have because Infinite Meat actually has 5 ults coming up, and Power Naps only has 2, maybe a 3, and there's a grab that comes up for Infinite Meat and a bomb. This is ultimate, just it's going all over the place here. And Dorado takes out 4 of them. No, well, 3.5 because you count D-Max as a half, I guess. And it takes a Baby Diva, and Quick falls off the stage. Infinite Meat's commands total dominance on the.
You know what, you can say as much as you want about Lettuce's grab or Loperados's bomb there, but for me, the MVP of that fight right there goes to Krill. As a Reinhardt, your biggest play during that combo is landing that pin onto the enemy Reinhardt, and that's exactly what he did. By landing the pin onto the enemy Reinhardt, they have no protection from that Diva bomb, and that opened it up for a massive play there.
It really did, and that shield is crucial to blocking the Diva bomb. And with the Ryan not in play, that put his team at a disadvantage, and probably really scared because it left them open to losing everything. It's kind of as bad as a Sombra ult, an EMP, just got no protection, left out in the open. And it was just really good team coordination. Even though I dogged on Goats in the beginning of the game, the best composition against the Goats is either really good teamwork, knowing how to focus your targets, or mirroring the Goats. And we didn't see any changes from Power Naps to reflect Infinite Meat's strategy.
Definitely. I think Infinite Meat has a huge leg up here. Now, it could be because I'm pretty sure both teams are pre-made teams. It could just be Infinite Meat has been together longer. But at the same time, that doesn't give you an excuse. You should be trying to scrim this out and work on, hey, Goats is pretty meta here. What do we need to do to counter it? Whether that's running your own Pharmacy or mirroring the Goats itself, running a Sombra, some sort of counter needs to be shown by Power Naps if they want to have any chance, not only against Infinite Meat, but also further throughout the tournament, because Goats is going to be very much of a mainstay here in Owlet.
Yes, and Goats' mainstay it will be, especially on those control point maps like Oasis and upcoming Horizon that we're calling. You just want to establish a presence on the point real quick and try to push the opposing team off. But for this next map here, we're actually going to Dorado, where it's a payload map where Goats won't actually work quite as well because you have to move the payload. Payload itself was really slow. So I'm expecting to see more standard compositions that don't require Goats and actually more mechanicals.
Definitely. And right now, as we're just loading, you see that 5 DPS. Don't play with our hearts, Infinite Meat. It's not cool. It's not cool.
No, you definitely don't need to play with 5 DPS unless you know that you're going to dominate your opponent, which I think is a little bit premature right now because there's only been one map, and I've casted many of the preseason matches. The first team will roll the first point, and then the next, they'll get a little bit too confident, and then the team that was being dominated actually come back because, they pick out their flaws, and they're like, hey, let's exploit this, and they start coming back, and the other team gets wrecked, and then that's when the teamwork really shows. So if they're going 5 DPS, a little bit too soon there.
The tortoise and the hare is what you're saying, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Slow and steady runs the race.
I'm putting my money on Infinite Meat. I'm calling at least a 3-1, but probably a 4-0.
You're calling the cat. We just established that there was a caster curse earlier. The Goats or Power Naps was going to win the Goats. It takes him out, and then when he flips. The curse Power Naps there, so I'm actually going to be on the side of Power Naps just to balance it out here because I want this to be a fair. But you could be right, I could be right. Who knows? I'm just really excited to see
What's a curse, Omegalol? But yeah, it looks like here, Infinite Meat's gonna be playing Hammond, my all-time favorite hero. Let's go, Krill. I love you. Or not. Okay.
Oh man, we were so close, man. We wanted to see a Hammond.
They are going to be running that Genji Widow dive though, which I think is a very strong composition up against what Infinite Meat is running, because the Widow really has no opponent. Sure, she has the Hanzo, but being a hit scan against a projectile in a sniper duel, it's such an advantage for the Widowmaker here. And I think that they have to get, that Power Naps has to get on a Widow of their own or some sort of counter, or Infinite Meat's just going to run all over them.
Absolutely, with Winston causing havoc in the front line, it's going to open up Widow to a lot of opportunities, and we have Brethgyk to counter them right now, and Krill is doing exactly just that with a good nano coming out from the Ana, and opens it up for the entire team to get some kills, and in some kills they get, it's the Power Naps just goes down real quickly, just as fast as I ate my dinner before I was rushing in traffic. They're got that.
Yes, definitely. But real quick, look at Pole and Solo. He has the highest ultimate percentage of anyone in the lobby right now. And you wanna know why? It's because he hit a massive anti-nade that opened that whole fight up for his team. I do not think that they could have won it without that anti-nade, but he was able to get a 6-man and just won the fight for them. And despite Reva going down early, Krill trades onto Rich Hobo, and it's just such a longer spawn for the defense that they're going to be able to probably just get some free push here.
And it looks like exactly that's what they're doing here, because Power Naps is split up a lot, and Baked Chicken didn't actually back up, and just as a result, feeding them alt charge, and that's exactly what the Diva is doing right now. Just, I don't know if he's trying to stop. Solo comes up with a good nade and boosts their team up a little bit, and it just created an even bigger stagger for Power Nap. It's going to be hard to recover from this.
Yeah, I think that's something Power Naps definitely should look at, is getting a bit more coordination in their dive. You're seeing the Winston go in without any Diva backup, or maybe a Sombra even to land a crucial hack, and it's just not happening. But here's the Nano Blade. Could it be big?
Yes, it definitely is big. Revo is the star of the show tonight for Infinite Meat. We saw him on the far over in Oasis, and now on the Getting here on Dorado, and there's the team kill gong again, triggered by Revo. So they really gotta focus him or something.
Yeah, and let's just appreciate the ultimate rotation here coming out from Infinite Meat. They use the site, give the Genji eyes on where he should go, and then Nano Blade. But they still have 3 ultimates here. And despite Lettuce Cat getting DMAX, he chooses to hold on to the Diva Bomb, knowing, you know what, I don't have to use it, he'll bash away.
Absolutely, and because if he Diva Bomb right there, that would have denied them a little bit of ult advantage, because he would have been ulting into nothing. And Power Naps is able to actually stop Infinite Meats right here, because Infinite Meats pushed up just a wee bit too much, and Revo is focusing the Diva right now up, and Power Naps is using the space really well. Revo gets a pick on the other Genji Lieutenant, and Krell goes in for the kill. Puts the shield down, tries to shoo him away with this Tesla cannon, and a bomb comes out from Lettuce Cat, takes out McNaney, sir, which is going to be a big pick. Brethgyk trying to make some chaos there on the backline. It actually takes out the Widow, so it's just a brawl on the point right now. It's very tactical, and the blade comes out from Revo, takes out Wiki Tricks, and a Trank comes out from Rich Hobo just a little bit too late to save Wiki Tricks, but it saves the majority of the team, and Infinite Meat's going to try to continue the push there, even though they're only at 4-man right now. Krill comes in, tries to do some damage on the backline here with McNady, trying to heal Lieutenant Dodge, and it doesn't really work because Krill primal rages and hits Lieutenant Dodge in the face with Revo, killing Yada, which leaves Power Naps with no supports to stop the oncoming fight from Infinite.
Definitely, and if I'm Power Naps here, I'm looking, honestly, use the Nano Blade, bait out the B, and then the EMP to kill the B. But it looks like they choose the EMP first with the Nano Blade, not even bothering to bait out the B.
No, that was kind of an overcommitment of loss if you ask me, because you have an EMP that landed on everybody. You really don't need damage boost there. So I feel like it was a good combo, but they could have done without the Nano, because this net coming in for Power Naps are not going to have any ults, whereas Lucio will have, whereas Infinite Meat will have 2, maybe 3 ults.
Yeah, and they'll definitely be able to build the Nano Blade. We've seen how fast Pole and Soul is building that Nano, and how fast Revo is building the Blade. I think they'll definitely have a Nano Blade, a B, and a High Noon this fight. I don't see any way that Infinite Meat loses it, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to have to focus these targets, and hopefully they alt track them pretty well, because it's going to take an immense amount of coordination with no ults available. And there's a beat coming in from a Siren to start this push here with the High Noon coming up Torpedoes and a Revo with a Dragon Blade again. Two very deadly DPS ults, and they got exactly what they wanted, exactly what you predicted, Press. And they get the team kill off of Power Naps once. So that coordination was not there. No ult tracking, indeed, let them have free reign. Let us guy takes out two just to kick them while they're down, and Infinite Meat will take the first.
That was a really good use of the Diva Bomb there, though, at the end, because by not just holding it for, like, you know, placing the bomb on point, you're avoiding any chance of, say, a Mei coming out and ice walling it off or Ryan blocking it. You're just getting it out there to completely zone them away from point. And that was just a really nice play by Lettuce.
That was definitely a really nice play by Lettuce, indeed, because that stopped any chance of them coming out onto the point. Like you said, they had no defense. All they had was the spawn. And as soon as Power Naps knew what was happening, Diva Bomb was right at their front door, just ready to get some kills, and that's exactly what happened to deny them any chance of getting back. So, with Infinite Meat, with 2:58 minutes left on the clock, what do you expect to see from Power Naps in this situation?
If I'm Power Naps, I honestly don't know what to run here, because, like, they showed some competence, which was just sorely lacking, and I don't think that they have a very strong dive either. Strong dive here, but if I'm them, I think I'd go for a more slow-paced Ryan Zarya double sniper with, say, a Mercy Ana or Mercy Zen of some sort, trying to just, like, depend on your snipers to get some picks to open the fight and go in with that.
I agree there. The dive really requires some team coordination that I don't believe that Power Naps has at this point in time, because there's a lot more communication because all the team members are all over the place. And like you said, with the Ryan's, with an Ana Zen, the team will be more densely packed onto the payload, and they won't have to go far and let the enemy team. So I'm kind of interested to see how they deal with the dive here, while a Infinite Meat will just be holding the high ground here, and just going to see what happens here. Anyways, so Brethgyk's actually going to be on the back there. Go ahead and gets a hack. Tries to cause some havoc on the back line here, while Power Naps is able to push a little bit for. Infinite Meat is going to rotate here on the back with Revo getting the first pick off for Rich Hobo, which is a huge pick. It enables Infinite Meat to stop this push right here, right now, because they're down one healer, and that is exactly what's happening. They're using this corner really. Wikitrix gets hooked by Lettuce and gets taken out by Torpedoes. Really good teamwork by Infinite Meat.
Definitely, and what really opened that fight there for them was Lettuce Cat. In the very beginning, Wikitrix, who was on that Diva, flew up to the top high ground, but Lettuce Cat landed a nice hook. The Discord was on him, and they just melted him. So he had no mech, meaning Revo just got free damage out, and I see that he was doing work. Now he is at 87% on that.
Absolutely, and Revo takes out Zenyatta once again, showing what a powerhouse he is for Infinite Meat, and that he's pretty much carrying Infinite Meat on the back of his shoulders here. I'm kind of curious to see if any subs we brought in for Revo to see how much Revo is making impact. But not to say, they're getting some free ult charge right now, while Power Naps is trying to get some ult charge themselves, while Zenyatta is trying to come back at Rich Hobo. And Lettuce Meat goes ahead and gets a very successful hook on Lieutenant Dodge, which gives them a numbers disadvantage once again. So Power Naps is going to back off here while they wait for the Creed.
Definitely, and if you're Infinite Meat here, you have to be so happy. You use 0 ultimates, you now have 6, and you basically burn 2 minutes off the clock. There is no way that you're unhappy about the progress this game has had.
No, absolutely not, and it just shows that how much, not pressure they're getting from Power Naps, because Revo just throws a tire just because he can get it back real quick, and Torpedoes gets another pick on Rich Hobo, which shows that this Rich Hobo needs to do some positioning work, because he keeps getting picked, and if he goes down, there's a huge detriment to Power Naps. An EP comes out from Brethgyk, attempting to open it up for Power Naps, and Osiris counters was the Transcendence, and Baked Chicken goes down. They're just at such an ultimate advantage here, Lettuce Cat being nanoed by Polo, and just pushing them back with the whole hog. That just hurts. This hurts watching, it hurts.
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, it looks like I can't tell quite if Power Naps is starting to get annoyed or frustrated, or that they just don't have the planning and coordination, because Brethgyk there on the Sombra, he didn't run around making sure he caught the Zenyatta. He kind of just ran out there and just chucked it. And it's plays like these to make against a more coordinated team like Infinite Meat.
Indeed, and I was annoyed there because what you mentioned, Baguette was just trying to wasn't really communicating with his team and hoping that it just works. It's kind of like solo queue all over again. But anyways, Baguette actually gets good pick on torpedoes, which has been causing them a lot of headache, which opens it up for power nap. So they should capitalize on this right now. But a lot of time has gone by. They have 3 ults to use, whereas Infinite Meat only has 2. So they're gonna make the move right now with the graph coming out from the Zarya, and a Transcendence comes out from Rich Hobo, trying to solidify this push, but it doesn't exactly work because Infinite Meat gets 4 or 5 kills now on power naps, and they have 1 more push to go before this map is up.
Yeah, again, this is a big problem of running that Zenyatta on a composition that power naps is you have no way to engage or disengage strongly. You don't have that speed boost from the Lucio that you to capitalize on an anti-nade or a Discord orb. Instead, you're just pressing W, allowing that Junkrat and McCree and the Orisa and Roadhog as well to just spam you down over and over and feed ult charge.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think power naps, once they review this VOD and hopefully they listen to us, I think you need to take into account what we've seen here, what we've commented. The one thing that I would like to comment is that power naps, when they were down 1, they didn't retreat. They just stood there in the choke. They let Infinite Meat get free ult charge off of them. They had so much ult charge that Revo was able to get a tire in, and then build it up and get another tire when no one else used any. Well, maybe the Zenyatta actually went, or the Zenyatta used his ult, but other than that, no value was done. They were just giving Infinite Meat what they wanted.
Definitely. And now it looks like we're going to be going to a half time here. So we'll see you guys all back in about 5 minutes. See you then.
Right. See you then.
One shot, one kill.
Cheers, love! The cavalry's here! Nerf this!
敵を食らう
Heroes never die. I've got you in my sights. Fool.
Get ready. 5, 1.
Start your engine!
One shot, one kill.
Cheers, love! The cavalry's here! Nerf this!
敵を食らう
Cheers,
done. I've got you in my sights. Fool.
Get ready. 5, 1.
Start your engine.
One shot, one kill.
Cheers up, the cavalry's here. Nerf
我が
this.
敵を食らう
Heroes never die.
And we're back, guys. Welcome back. Thanks to we had a really good 5-minute break where teams were able just to reconvene and discuss strategy to see how they're going to take the last two maps here, which would be Horizon Lunar Colony and Hollywood, I believe. Press. What is the fourth map? What's after Horizon Lunar Colony?
It is Horizon Lunar Colony coming up here, and I'm really interested to see what they choose to run. There is a lot of high ground, that meaning you could run dive, but personally, I think we'll be seeing some Rein Zarya coming out here from both teams.
Yeah, and Rein Zarya is a really good move, especially for power naps, just to stay close together to make sure that they'll be able to coordinate a good push. Because I don't think it would be a really good move for them at this point in time. They just need to take some points here, get their name on the scoreboard. Looks like Infinite Meat will be attacking first, and Power Nest will be defending. So what thing here?
From Infinite Meat, they're running what they show they were competent on, which is that Aristahog, Zen, Ana, Junk, and this time a Torbjorn instead of a McCree, which honestly, is this cockiness? Is this an actual strat? Who knows? I actually really like Torbjorn on this map though, because even if with this goats composition they get on point, you just set the turret up on high ground, and they don't really have anything to contest it except for D.Va, in which case D.Va's not on the point to defense matrix the Ana nades and stuff. But who knows? It looks like we're gonna get an Ana goats coming out from power naps.
Yep, and then with a good anti, they'll be able to swing into the competition real quickly for Big Chicken. And instead of going left, they decide to go right, take the fight to them instead of making them come to themselves. So they're gonna be stuck in a little cave there. Lieutenant Dodge gets picked, and power naps. They're stuck. They're stuck in that point. They're gonna have to go back real quick, and that shield goes down. Rich Hobo actually gets hooked by Lettuce Cat, and 6 from rebuild.
Yeah, the big downside onto an Arista Hog composition as goats is that the second that amp goes down, vulnerable honestly to just getting picked from any source of the damage, whether it's a good Torbjorn left click, a Zen volley, a Junkrat mine, just anything. There's so many ways you can die because of how much damage this composition outputs.
Absolutely, and with the loss of that, you know, I saw a little bit of hesitation there. Some of the team wanted to go left and some wanted to go right, which actually led to the demise of the. Because, you know, you got to watch out for Revo. He knows exactly how to pick him. He's going to pull them out of that little cave. Rich Hobo, again, getting zoned out by power naps, and they're going to go down with.
You know what? If I thought that Revo was an MVP in the last 2 games, it definitely goes to Lettuce Cat here. He is landing those hooks like they're nobody's business, and just the way he's playing, it's so clean. He's not dropping out until he needs to, and when he does, he's making sure he gets value and doesn't feed ult charge.
Absolutely, and really good positioning by Lettuce Cat indeed, because those hooks have really been really well, forcing an early Finite by Infinite Meat. And I really hope Power Naps goes left. Nope, they're going right again. You know, the definition of insanity is to try to end hoping for different results. That's exactly what Power Naps is doing right. And, you know, to just die at the exact same spot, being held at the exact same place, just enabling Infinite Meat to do whatever it is they want, build up all that all charge, and just pummel them again and again.
Exactly. And the thing is, though, Goats might not be your answer here, because yes, Goats is incredibly good against an Orisa composition, but A, they have so much damage, and B, Power Naps just isn't playing it right. If you're running Goats, your Ryan and Brethgyk should be getting ultimate at least every other fight, if not every fight, and Brethgyk is not even halfway to your ultimate, and it's been 2.5 minutes, so clearly there has to be some sort of warning bell saying, we're not doing something right, we've got to switch it up.
No, because they're doing the exact same thing once again. Rich Hobo's out of position. Torpedoes gives them the welcome mat and takes out Brethgyk, and McNaney Sir goes down. They're trying to go on the point here, but it's a 4 vs 6 fight right now, and Infinite Meat will meet them on the point, splitting them up. Rich Hobo gets antied. It won't last much longer. To escape against D-Mac, Lieutenant Dodge has that Discord and dies. They're going to try to stag here. She goes down, so they have one more push left.
Yes, but that was probably the best fight that Power Naps has had all game, because now they have that Graviton Surge and they have that Diva Bomb. They're close to the Shatter, they're close to the Rally, they have the Nano Boost, and they have the Beat. And guess what? There is literally nothing that out heals a Diva Bomb. So the second you land it, you basically get a 1 fight here, because the defender spawn just being so far away.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a good tire by Revo, but then it was a good counter bubble by Lieutenant Dodge. They have 19 seconds to try to stall out as much as they can. Let's Cat trying to get an early pick, but does not succeed. He's all by himself. If Power Naps charged him, they actually would have been able to get a pick with the advantage going to them. But they only have 10 seconds left. They're going to need to give them a good amp. But they're going to the exact same way that they died, or which gives Orisa the opportunity, gives them a beat that's not going to be enough because there's no much time left. But Ana sneakily went back into the point, stalling it out in overtime, but Wicked Tricks gets 2 of the kills. Quick takes out Polo solo. And Lettuce Cat is all by himself right now, and Power Naps actually might take this point with picks by Quig. Gets 3 of them, and actually opens it up for his team. Little Siren finally going down. Power Naps taking the first point with the team kill gong in favor of Power Naps.
You know what, viewers? If you were confused what happened in that fight, you're not alone. I saw Earth Shatter, I saw Graviton, neither of those really hit. The Diva Bomb was able to pick up 2 though, and that's what opened up the fight for them, and they're just going to snowball straight onto the pole here.
They gotta go, and this Ghost composition worked really well here because they don't have any high ground to go. Brethgyk is enabled with the Nano, but Lettuce Cat is actually zoning them out, takes out the Diva Bomb, and with Brethgyk all by himself, that Nano doesn't get any value, unfortunately, and Power Naps will have to retreat here for another push. Revo is all by himself, manages to escape.
Yeah, and here, if Power Naps has to be pretty happy, because guess what? You just used a Graviton in the last fight, and you have another one. Same for your Earth Shatter here, at 72% and 92% for your Earth Shatter and Graviton respectively. You're looking for maybe one more fight to build that Diva Bomb, and then you're looking for another Grav Bomb combo here. But it looks like Krill will be switching onto the Winston while Lettuce stays on that Roadhog. An interesting composition for the tank since there's not really any synergy, but they're running onto point now.
Yeah, so no synergy indeed, but let's just see what happens. Then Revo takes out McNaney Sir, which is another good pick from Revo. Brethgyk takes out Krill, which is a 5-5 right now with the advantage going toward Power Nap, and gets him caught in the grab with only 2 or a few of Infinite Meat. But it out on the point. Try to stay alive as long as they possibly can so the teams can come back. It's just a brawl on the point. With Torpedo, try to do some work but gets slept. And Brethgyk finally takes him out. Krill's just by himself, gets charged by the Reinhardt. And with the trade coming out from Messiah as it can. And the ham in the stall ball is here. Lettuce Cat makes a grand entrance, throwing himself onto the point but gets knocked off real quickly. And PowerNet gets nanoed. Polo Solo gets 2 good picks on the tank and the Brigitte, and the bomb comes up from Rookie Tricks trying to push the team off the point. Gets remeked, and Revo trying to do some work here but gets taken out, unfortunately. So it's just a stagger battle. As you know, 2 CP low, that's what the meme is called. Torpedo takes out McNaney, sir. But the Rookie Tricks just fighting it out as best she can, gets demeked, and Infinite Meat will be able to hold that exchange with 78.2% on the board.
You know, everything that we said PowerNaps did wrong before, their lack of coordination, lack of using the speed boost effectively, all that, I take it all back. That was a perfect fight by them. They used their ultimates passively, making sure that they weren't getting too aggressive, and they went aggressive at the right times, using that speed boost to amp onto the right target. But Rich Hope was going to go down early to Lopritos.
And they're doing stuff. They're getting it together now. I'm seeing like the good synergy coming in, and they're starting to do really well. So they're taking the fight. Even though Infinite Meat is taking the fight toward them, they're holding really well here. So they're going to be backing up at this point in time because Reinhardt actually goes. But Infinite Meat won't let them go without a fight, pushing them all the way back to spawn. They're going to retreat right.
Being a main tank in this meta, Omega lol. If you didn't see that kill feed, it was Doomfist, Brigitte, Zen, Ana, Winston, all involved in that kill feed. That's an F for all main tanks viewing right there.
Oh man, I felt the pain of baked chicken because I know getting pummeled is not fun. And they're going in for another fight. Brethgyk is not faced for that fight, and there's a grab coming out from PowerNaps and a bomb, a second bomb from Wiki Tricks trying to displace Infinite Meat, and it does work. And Lettuce ended a trade 1-for-1 with a D.Va mech getting D-mech by Lettuce Cat. And there's still a fight on the point with a little squishes coming in, a good nano coming out from Infinite Meat. And a rally coming up from Revo with Brethgyk trying to fight it as much as he can. With the Shatter coming down, trying to save himself, but that doesn't work, and he's going to need that for that next fight because they only have 8 seconds left, and Infinite Meat will not let them have that space without a fight. They're taking it all the way into the guard with Rishover trying to get on the point, which doesn't succeed, which gives Infinite Meat the good defense, and PowerNap taking the first point.
What honestly won that fight there, though, for Infinite Meat was Poland Solo yet again landing a massive anti-nade onto PowerNaps, and that's just something that, as a D.Va, Wiki Tricks has to be on top of that Ana. He has to know where the Ana is and kind of have just like a mental countdown of when the Ana is going to have anti-nade and be able to defense matrix it. That's one of the key things to do as D.Va, and at the OWL level, OWL level, that's something you see Ana's constantly on top of. And while obviously we're not quite there, it is something you want to be trying to work on, whether in your comp games or here in Owlet.
Huh, I learned something new today. I didn't know that playing as D.Va try to keep track of the Ana projectiles, because as you can see, it really does a lot of damage, and D.Va with the only ability able to negate that sort of thing other than the shield. That's something to pay attention to. So I guess I should main Ana then. If you're a D.Va main, you should main Ana just to see what her cooldowns are like, see how vulnerable you are. So I think that's the best way to learn how to counter a hero is to actually play that hero, put yourself in those situations to see when you're vulnerable, when you're strong, when to fight, when to run.
9,000 IQ. But it looks like here that PowerNaps is going to take a page out of Infinite Meat's book and run that Orisa Hog defense here. They're running it with a Junkrat McCree, a Brigitte, and an about the Brigitte here, because what value is she gonna get? You know, your whole team's playing from long range, but Brigitte is a close range fighter. But it looks like we're gonna be seeing a Zen Goats coming out from Infinite Meat. So who knows? Maybe Brigitte will get some value.
Maybe we'll get some value on the point, and I really hope that Infinite Meat goes the opposite direction, which they are not doing. So they're making the same mistake, just like PowerNaps before them. But maybe with the team coordination, they'll be able to actually get some value here. But Revo actually goes down with 10 Josh gets the kill on Krill, and you know, PowerNaps just gets the better of them, and they're doing the exact same things as PowerNaps on the other side. So I'm kind of wondering what's going on here.
Definitely, but the key thing here is, do they learn from their mistakes? Do they know that now they have to use amp and defense matrix sparingly and that they have to go to the left side of point? Or do they continue to just run straight forward right side to try and overtake them? Because guess what? Against a Junkrat or Rissa Roadhog, you are going to have a hard time in hard engaging on that. But you can certainly try.
Absolutely, and Infinite Meat, I mean, if you go left, there's just a lot more cover, like, especially with the overhang here. But they managed to get past Power Naps and contest on the point, and Power Naps is not giving up the high ground just yet. They want to make sure that they could throw him off the point. The tire coming out from Rich Hobo gets a pick on Krill, which is a detriment to the Ghost composition, because they lost, which gives Power Naps the advantage here, and they're going to be winning. They're going to be winning.
Yeah, and honestly, that was incredible patience coming out there from Power Naps. Waiting till they were 3% away from capping that second tick before dropping. However, this is a slight problem with the composition.
What a stall.
What a stagger, unfortunate. But a problem with the composition that Power Naps is running here is by using that Roadhog and not the Diva, you don't really have a reliable way to just drop down onto point to stall it out for a bit. It's just, you drop down, you feed 600 HP ult charge. You have a trade-off there, whereas Diva, she can defense matrix and fly back up away.
And play patiently they did, and I want to see more sparing use of the defense matrix like you indicated. Krill tried to do a hammer down, a very sneaky one, but actually gets stunned. Rich Hobo responds with a second tire. Second tire of this fight takes out one of the off supports. Osiren goes down, which Power Naps is holding really well here, really impressed so far. And that caster curse, when I was dogging on them, they're doing really well now. And this is a brawl on the fight, on the point right now with a bomb coming out from Orpidos just to get that mech back. And Supercharger comes out from Big Chicken, and it doesn't really work. And there's just more fighting on the point with Nanisir with the rally. And Graviton from Lettuce Cat trying to zone them just for a little bit. Doesn't really succeed. It looks like it was a stall attempt. Quick goes down, and it's just stagger after stagger. Infinite Meat will take the first point with 1 minute and 10 seconds left.
Yeah, but Power Naps isn't upset at all about that, because guess what? They have a whole hog here now. They have a Riptire. They're switching to a Reaper because, he's a tank buster Omega lol. But, yeah, so Osiren, though, he does have that beat. So maybe use that beat to keep your team alive during the whole hog and try and just hard engage on point and get a tick. Who knows? We'll see what they plan on doing here as they come down through the main.
And it looks like a hard engage it will be, because they're giving it to them and forcing Power Naps to actually come down and take to them. As 1-1 trade with both tanks and Osiren with the beat drop actually reinforces that push, because Poland Solo gets a bunch of picks with Lettuce Cat with the rally coming up from Revo. Doesn't seem to be necessary because they will take this point with that Hammond trying to get onto the point, but Infinite Meat wins.
Yes, and guess what? Despite Infinite being up 3-0, we are going to a fourth map, guys. That's right, map numero cuatro. I don't think that's even Spanish, but who cares, guys? But honestly, what was really nice there was Lopritos there. He saw that the Roadhog was using his ultimate and flew off knowing he couldn't be hooked and that he could just defense matrix it. And then the second the whole hog finished, he just started pressing M1 straight into the whole Roadhog's head and was able to get that kill while taking a 1v1 that didn't really hurt his team, only helped.
And helped them, they did, and that really shows that the teamwork here is doing. Both teams are doing really well, getting over that first map jitters, because I have that too as a caster. When I'm casting first, I'm like, ugh. I just got to get used to it. But now that they're in their element, we're seeing really good teamwork coming up from Power Naps now, and Infinite Meat no longer steamrolling them, actually getting a little bit of a fight now from Power Naps. So with this last map coming in, Hollywood, which is a hybrid map, I'm expecting to see a lot of good fights, because Power Naps is going to want at least 1 point, put themselves on the board.
Definitely, and what I'm really hoping to see is that both teams at least cap first point, because second point is by far my favorite, because that's where you get some of the best Widow duels in all of Overwatch. You just have such long sight lines, especially up top on the catwalk, in between the saloon and the bank. The Widow duels on there are just so good. However, for the first point, I do think on the defense we'll be seeing some Orisa Roadhog defense, because we've seen both teams seem very comfortable on, and honestly, it's a really good composition to run here on Hollywood. And for the attack, I think we'll be seeing either some goats or some dive. It'd be really interesting to see some Sombra here. She used to be very popular a while ago, but I think she's still really strong on this map.
Yeah, and we've seen some Sombra play earlier today, and from Baguette, and did some good work. But it doesn't look like Baguette will be playing, so we won't be able to see Baguette's Sombra anymore. So hopefully we get to see some Sombra. But for the attack from Infinite Meat, we're going to be seeing possible goats composition. It looks like Revo's on the Hammond right now, but they might be just messing around back there, doing some emotes and everything. You know, the pre-game, hype up stuff. And also from Power Naps on the defense side, they're electing a Ryan Zarya with a Break and an Ana with the McCree and Junkrat.
Yeah, and again, not the Orisa Hog that I expected from them because that seemed pretty comfortable for them, but this is still a very strong composition. You have that Reinhardt and Zarya to kind of contest the point with the Brigida, while the Ana, Junk, and McCree are going to be taking a more long-range approach to spam the Goats composition coming out from Infinite Meat down. And with the Zenyatta Goats, you honestly just have to expect them to be looking for Discord and to just rush onto that.
Yep, and rushing onto the target they are with a good first pick from McNaney, sir, which will stop Infinite Meat just a little bit, but not enough because of the Reinhardt is still up, so it's gonna be the battle of the Reinhardts, and Big Chicken goes down. Rich Hobo takes the Revo, so it could be anyone's game at this point in time, with the Infinite Meat falling more, with Infinite Meat taking down more people, and to be able to cap the.
Yep, definitely. And WikiTrix, he's in a terrible position right now. Finally dropping down onto point, trying to start off for a little bit, but he just staggers himself there and he's gonna get long spawn. You hate to see it. You hate to see.
That was such a heartbreaking stagger. I know WikiTrix was trying to do some good here, but there was no point because the team wasn't able to come back in time, which gave Infinite Meat some more ult charge because the Zarya and Zenyatta are now coming online. And Infinite Meat, playing really patiently, and Power Naps gives. I don't know. My words are a little bit phenomenal.
Words are hard.
So the words are hard. I know English is like a hard language. They have so many exceptions to the rule. But Revo comes up with the rally with Brethgyk getting nano, gets stunned with the shatter, trying to come out from Krill, but I don't think it lands on anybody. But that doesn't matter because Infinite Meat is gonna continue this attack with Lettuce Cat picking up most of the kills there and on fire.
Yeah, and it'll be really interesting to see here what exactly Infinite Meat does, or I can't speak, Power Naps does. And they do go on to the dive composition despite having the high noon. They switch onto the Genji because that Widowmaker is such a problem for them, because the second you have a Widowmaker, that just shuts down so many sightlines for the enemy team. It makes them play so much more passively. And it looks like here they are going to be taking a more aggressive stance, Infinite Meat is, and able to get these kills to secure this thing.
Absolutely. And Lucio there was just throwing down his DJ station on the point because they know they have this, while the rest of the team goes up and pushes Power Naps back even more. And they actually get some stagger there because it's Rich Hobo and Big Chicken trying to run for their lives there, but Infinite Meat is just going to continue this push.
Yeah, Lettuce Cat, what a monster this dude is. He is just in their front line, constantly just destroying them and killing everyone. They have families, Lettuce, chill. Building another Graviton here, and this has just been all about Lettuce Cat and his ultimate. He has been at a constant high charge and constantly just building that ultimate and having it every fight here.
Yeah, and not only is Lettuce Cat doing a great job, Power Naps is actually enable him to do exactly what he wants because he just got a good grab just cuz, and Krill gets 2 kills with his Fire Strike. And there's Osiris still celebrating on the point and celebrating early he was because he knew this was just going to work. A Shatter comes out. I don't even know what was going on back there because it doesn't even matter because they took the point with little resistance.
Not gonna lie, I forgot Osiris was a player. He was just busy moving the cart.
He was doing that since point 2, like while they're passing Saloon. Just put out his emote, just dancing and celebrating. That's all he was doing.
Yeah, with one of the fastest Hollywood cap times I have ever seen. Like, dang, that was fast. Power Naps has got to be scared here, and they have to figure out some idea of what they're gonna run to try and even get close to that amount of time against Infinite Meat, who looks like here They know they've won. They're running a Bastion Torbjorn setup.
Oh man, just to kick power naps while they're down. Not even give them a fighting chance just to maybe go into overtime. You know, because it's possible. But they just want to. Or on the books. Power nap. I know they've been taking a lot of beats tonight. I know we've beat them up too. And they're probably going to be watching the VOD and DMing me and saying, "Hey, Breth, why are you so mean?" I'm not mean, but it's true. It's just fact. But I'm rooting for you guys right now. So you're watching this VOD. I hope you can look back and say, "Hey, Breth, we actually had it in us. We had the potential to work as a team. We can actually beat Infinite Meat, and we did beat Infinite Meat." So my vote goes toward Power Naps. Hopefully they push it to 3 points.
Definitely. I do also hope that they push it to 3 points just because I want to see some. Please, guys. Please.
Did you see any hit scan? I think
I did.
Brethgyk wasn't only hit scan.
Lopridos was on Widowmaker just for that second point. That was just so much of a snowball, it was hard to even remember he was on it.
That's right. Lopridos, it was a hit scan as well. Revo was just a projectile. So yeah, it's possible, but I don't think they need to because they're actually running a Goats defense because they know they're not going to push through. And Power Naps is trying to run a mod ghost with the Mei, trying to zone him out there. And Quig goes down with a charge from Krill, which would stop this push immediately. Stuck in the TV room. You know, they're trying to watch some TV and everything, but, you know, they're saying, hey, this is my TV. I'd pay for this. And, you know, they're just going to knock them out. They should run away. Run away, guys. Run away.
Yeah, in the Mego to something I would expect to see on a defense, but on the attack, you really have to be trying to make sure that the enemy team is getting over-aggressive in order to really get any value, which is hard. Smart and coordinated, that's the word.
Yeah, coordinated, yeah. There it is.
Smart and coordinated team like Infinite Meat. So Mei's really gonna have a hard time getting value here, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, let's see what happens here. So Brethgyk actually takes out Lettuce Cat, which is an opportunity for Power Naps to push in with a rep and an amp coming up with a Zenyatta. Oh, and a shatter comes up from Krill, doesn't land, and a counter shatter comes up for Brethgyk, and both Ryze try to charge each other, but they just fall right there. And it's just a brawl on the point right now with Krill being frozen by the Mei. Goes down, Poland Solo takes out Wikitrix, and Quake takes out Osiren, with Power Naps actually commanding the victory here. There we go. There's that victory we wanted, guys.
You know what? I give up. Caster Curse is real. Don't at me. Caster Curses exist. I say Mei doesn't get much value. What she do? She goes ahead and gets 3. 3 picks, guys.
Dude, Mei is so scary. Like when you zone her out, like it's done, it's over. Like what do? It's just a giant wall. Like you can't push through it. And when you're attacking the wall, everyone else shoot you in the back. So Mei's just a good zoning hero, and it worked out for them.
You know, I think Osiren's forgotten what heroes he was on, trying to get in the sky like a Mercy. Dude, you're a Lucio. Chill there.
Chill. I get it. Chill. Oh man, a bunch of balls coming in right now with the freeze coming out. Lapidos gets the classic 3-bomb, 3-man kill as we've seen all night. That Blizzard actually freezes Infinite Meat but gets no value because Lapidos took out 3 of them. So the Power Naps is going to run for their life here, try to go back to spawn.
Enemy Reinhardt. Really good usage of just being like, hey, you got that stuff?
Woo! Krill took Brethgyk all the way back. After 3, just a little bit, gives him a little bit of the rare defense here. Lieutenant Dodge goes down with jump. The Ryan's. And a shatter comes out from. But wasn't able to. And Osiren comes out with a beat drop. The other Lucio. So it's just a fight on the point right now with a bunch of alls just being traded after traded. And Lapidos, like a classic tonight, gets 2 picks off of McNainister. And Mei with the rally coming up from Rich Hobo, trying to save this fight, but uses it a little bit too late. And Infinite Meat will win this one.
You know, Lapidos is just such a solid D.Va player. Honestly, these D.Va bombs have been on point all night, which is actually surprising because guess what? Lapidos, he's not an off-tank player, guys. He is their hit scan DPS, but his D.Va bombs have just been so good.
Oh man, it's so good indeed. There should be a new There should be a new category for Torpedo's, like a projectile diva player, because that's what he's been doing. It has been like working really well. So there were a couple of grabs if you saw on the point there, but it wasn't really enough value for Power Naps. And Infinite Meat is doing what they have been doing tonight, just getting kills over and over again. Power Naps will need to change it up here to give them a chance to push past this choke.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like they will be doing that as they come up here on 3 ults in the Blizzard.
Oh, surprise shatter.
Shatter, but there's a big one. With the responding bomb picking up Rich Hobo, and that should be a one fight for Infinite Meat here.
Yeah, it should be, and they were just trading ults, and Infinite Meat again got the better end of the deal here, with that choke being a really good advantage. That was a good surprise shot, but I don't really remember who it was from because there's so many ults going on.
It was coming out from Krill. There.
Has been doing such a great job tonight, along with the Torpedoes and the supports, of course. Revo is actually pulling out the fire right now with the first point killer, and Blizzard comes out from May, takes out Krill. Power Naps is finally going to get the advantage on this fight with a good ult from May. Revo is harassing the backline concussion blast all the way back into her team, allowing Power Naps to give them the space that they need to push the payload.
Yeah, but here the question for me is, does Lopirus go ahead and get on that Widow? Because Lieutenant Doge is now on the Pharah, which you need some sort of counter on to that if you're going to run Ghost. While you can try and take the Pharah versus Pharah battle, it is a risky one here. But also, there's probably, what, 1 or 2 fights left? And there's so many ults available for Infinite.
Definitely a lot of ults indeed. And a Beat tries to come out from Magnanimous here, but it doesn't work because he actually died mid-cast. And Infinite Meat is actually going to win this one. Rich Hobo, again, trying to fight for the team. It's just feeding them. One more push.
Yep, one more push here. And it looks like Infinite Meat should have the advantage as they have a lever.
Yeah, they have a lever. Torpedoes left. I was like, wait a minute. You was doing so well. Overwatch was like, hey, Torpedoes, you're doing a little bit too good here. Why don't you just
Okay, they're doing 5v6.
5v6? Okay.
So this will be 5v6, guys.
Oh man, the first 5v6 in the preseason with the break that Power Naps needs. This is the advantage that they need. 19 seconds left on the clock. Torpedoes being such a juggernaut for Infinite Meat will put them at a disadvantage with a lot of the team on Revo's back. Shatter from Krill. Revo follows up with that barrage. Hit a Doug, takes him out just a little bit too late. And a grab comes up from Wikitrix, but a Transcendence comes out from Polo and Solo, and Doug throws out a barrage of his own, taking a Lettuce Cat. Is a brawl on the fight right now. Still could be anyone's game. Krill loses his shield. Rich Hobo takes out the Zenyatta, which gives Power Naps the advantage here. They actually managed to clean up, and this is now overtime. This is late for the Power Naps. They got to push it all the way to get a minute 30 seconds left on the.
You know, this is the biggest tortoise in the hair story I've ever seen. Infinite Meat here comes in all cocky. They win the first 3 maps, and they're like, you know what, we got this, no problem. And they lose the player. Don't pause. We're gonna keep going. We'll win this 5v6. But no. Second point, and they're looking to cap the.
And they will because of the disadvantage that they have, and with Torpedoes, this is really going to show what a powerhouse Infinite Meat can be with a 5 versus 6 and Power Naps. Pretty sure they're feeling really good right now, but we're gonna have to see what happens with Lieutenant Doug just throwing rockets there, and Infinite Meat giving up very valuable space. Brethgyk tries that shatter, but Krill gets in a really good block. Siren is half health, has to save himself. A barrage comes up, it was a little bit too high. Revo gets bubbled, takes out members of Power Nap, so that will be a one fight for Infinite Meat with Revo again with the carry.
Definitely, and here I think that Infinite Meat can win this because guess what? They have both tank ults and both support ults, and that's just so good. I'm expecting a Nano Earth Shatter here, and followed up by a Graviton, and then saving that Lucio beat for the enemy's Graviton Surge. But who knows? We'll see what happens with an early pick onto Lieutenant Doge by.
Let's see what happens then. So now 5 versus 5. There's that grab that we talked about, and the beat coming in. Oh, it's the Shatter coming up, but it actually gets stopped by a charge. That's way too bad. It's a grab coming out from Lettuce Cat to stop Power Naps on the track, but there gets no value. Good Shatter coming out from Baked Chicken, takes out Lettuce Cat. Revo can do a Siren trying to stall the point, does not succeed. Revo's gonna have to back out here with Power Naps closely approaching the RV. They gotta delay deliver that VIP, man. Even though they're up 6 and the crew only has 5 left, they're not going to give this up without a fight. Krill comes in with a fire strike, and a barrage comes up from Revo, which is bubbled by the Zarya, but he kills himself. Brethgyk goes up into the air and destroys himself. Man, so that's the break the Power Naps needs because Revo is such a star player. Prey takes out Osiris. Curl's trying to do a really good charge, but does not connect. He's half health right now with Polo Solo trying to heal him as much as he can. They're going to have to coordinate right here. Ricky Tricks gets a good kill on Krill. And there's a grab right on top of the point. This is a good for Infinite Meat, and Quig comes in with the Coalescence. Lettuce Cat goes down. This is a fight on the point. Lieutenant Doe gets a really good taking the point. Round 2 is complete. The 6 versus 5.
Definitely, but again, I think that it's just a tortoise and the hare story right there. But at the same time, I do think that Infinite Meat could have won that if they had Lopredo still on their team. But with 4 minutes and 41 seconds, they only need to get 1 tick on first point. There's no way they don't do it, I think. But who knows? Cast curse question mark?
Man, it's been a resounding theme tonight. A recurring theme. That's right, we're recurring.
English is hard, guys.
English is hard. There's just so many different words that mean so many different things. You know, it's just really hard. But like you said, 4 minutes and 41 seconds left on the clock for Infinite Meat. They only have to get to 30. They have a numbers disadvantage here. They have 5 players on the team, whereas Power Naps has 6. So Infinite Meat will need to get 2 picks to have numbers advantage.
Definitely, and it's interesting to see that Power Naps here is coming out with the they're coming out with the Mago tier, which is a very interesting pick because the main chokehold is too small, actually, if I'm not mistaken, for Maywall to completely cover. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. But Osiris here on that Widowmaker? Nah, he's debating.
Nah.
He's on the loose, yeah.
No, he thought about it. The Widow could get some good picks. With only a 5-man team, they're going to have to get all the bodies they can really close together. They're going to be running at goats with only Ana and Lucio. But that Maywall, like you said, even though it blocks off half, it blocks off a really good chunk of the choke. And Krill actually gets a pick on... 2 picks from Infinite Meat, which has given them the numbers advantage that they desperately need. And May comes up with a try to zone them out, but it doesn't exactly work. Moira is stuck, but fades back onto the point. Krill just swinging his hammer there. Solo Shatter on Lieutenant Dope goes down. Magnanimous here fighting for his life, same with Quig, but it's not going to be enough. Infinite Meat is going to win this fight with a 5 versus 6.
Yeah, and that was a 30-second shatter, guys, by the way. A 30-second shatter.
It's quick.
GGs.
30 seconds. And on a 5-man team, too.
Yeah, so a big GG there to Infinite Meat, taking the match 4-0. But don't worry if you're a Power Naps fan, because this only counted for the preseason, does not count for the Owlet Majors tournament. So, Breth, who was your MVP of the night?
My MVP of the night has to go to Reva, man. I mean, I'm not a DPS man or anything, but just seeing his performance consistently throughout the entire match, I really have to hand it to him. He's gotten really good picks. But would be the late Diva. Don't remember his name. He had really good bombs. Yeah, what? What was his name?
Liberos.
He had really good Diva bombs, so that would be my close second, but Revo gets my MVP pick.
For me, I think it has to go to Poland Solo or Lettuce Cat. Lettuce Cat consistently high charge Zarya. He got so much work done, and Poland Solo constantly hit some massive nades. But guys, thank you so much for watching us. If you're still planning on watching some more Overwatch, Expandable Academy is currently, they might still be taking on Cornova over on the Owlet tournament channel. Or if that's over, you can always check out the Otter Oxide versus Steamrollers match, which is a minors match, which is over on Hodohori_Z's channel. That is being casted by Hodohori and Pulse, while the majors match with Expandable and Cornova is being cast by Avi and Suds and Bubbles. But thank you so much for watching. I was Prez, your color caster.
And I'm Breth, your play-by-play, and with Key producing for us. Thank you so much, Key, for producing. You've been so great. And that will be it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.